climbing the rocks? Look at that. Look at that right there.
Okay, so right here is the entrance to the trail. You can see the poles are fairly tight. We got all Jeeps through fine, but it's tighter than I thought it'd be, but it also fit. It seems like every vehicle seemed to somehow figure out a way to fit in no matter how big it was. So it's not a huge issue from what I figured out. And right here isn't a tough spot at all. It's just a couple like diff hangers and rolly rocks around, so it's not terrible. I'll just go ahead and let the footage go, but haven't spotter going up this part. Part's not hard or anything at all. It's just kind of walking me around this boulder. I think that's on the right, so it's not bad.
Yeah, you're good.
So we'll see.
Nice job.
Once you get up here, you can see where that other Cherokee is. That is Aaron. He is in the start of the actual first obstacle section of the trail.
What? Follow.
Left tire.
Okay.
So make your
There's
left,
a pole over there.
Left tire follow his feet.
Left tire's over here, and that thing's annoying. Oh, he means right tire then.
Or sorry, he meant right.
Yeah,
it's his
right.
left.
Like,
our right, his left.
Oh, that's right. He's looking at me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting me way up on the edge.
Okay, so what we were talking about right there was him saying passenger driver pretty much and having it flip-flop because he was looking at me. Right here you had me follow and just follow whatever direction he was walking in.
Not
a
too
couple
hard?
spots. But the okay, I'll let myself talk. But the idea was to go up high left and then cut right, I believe. So that should be. It was fairly an easy plan when we got through here. You can see right there it was telling me to try and get high up on the rock before I started cutting, which is right now.
So you're basically putting your tire.
There's a lot of this on trail. This trail is a very narrow trail, which you'll see in other spots along in this video between trees, and it's a narrow trail, but it's more of a. It's open and narrow at the same time. There's sections of both, and one spot where it's super tight, there's a little bypass around it. It's like one of the very few bypasses on this trail. There are not many, but there's not many terrible sections that you have to really worry about a bypass. It's not that I had any problems with, because a couple of spots where there was like two routes up the same path, but it wasn't like a separate trail kind of path. It was more like, do you want to go down this hole or do you want to keep it a little more stable climbing up something? So right here's the first start of this section, and if you go this trail, you'll instantly walk up and see this first thing you see.
What do you think,
it's not terrible. It's just really. It likes to. It's a spot that likes to either hang up on it or you fall into holes where other people have already dug it out, which is what makes it bad. So right here, there's a boulder somewhere in here, and that tree on the right's that tree everyone talks about that you pitch into. I didn't really notice this problem very much with the line that we were taking on right here. Just cut to it. You can see we're close to it.
Oh, I turned.
And we got.
But if we do,
So I was saying that was a turtle right there, high centered. So basically right here we're figuring it out and how to walk over this. I think there's a hole right off this rock or whatever that I'm on. I'm not anywhere close to that tree really that you can see. It looks really super close, but it's like it's close, but it's a few inches, so it's good because when you come down the hole you kind of go away from it, so it's kind of nice. You can see right there, you kind of fell to the left. Didn't really have much of a problem. I don't have a roof rack on, so tipping into trees and stuff was more of Aaron's issue up in front of me. All this gear on top too. So finally got through that little hole, and that was the tough section. After that, it was pretty much done. And this, some point in this section was either what I just did or right then. I lifted my tire 4 feet off the ground, which you'll hear in a second. But he didn't have his phone in him, so he couldn't take a picture, which sucked. And he didn't want to scare me because that was the first time I ever lifted it that high off the ground. I think it was right there when I had Aaron start spotting right there.
Back up.
You can see the tilt of it right there. So we're trying to figure out how to walk myself. I'm not really sure what was in front of me here. I never really looked out to see. I think it was just sort of a diff hanger kind of thing and a hole on both sides, because you can see it's really pushing me over right now. Alright, here he decides to build up rocks. So it's kind of. It seemed like everything would be fine. Put these rocks right here. Was sort of it was sketchy. It wasn't sketchy like something bad happened. It was sketchy like I don't know if that'll hold, because they were just a bunch of small rocks stacked up. From what I saw, at least from being in the driver's seat. You see right here, I can even turn on to the rocks the way they want me to go, so it's kind of weird. I believe hear him telling me to go straight right here.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's looking good.
Yes.
Right here's where it didn't want to go left like they wanted me to, so.
And
see, we're really trying to figure this out. At the moment right here, they were just trying to get me back off of it so they could figure out something, a different line. See, it kind of just went right back into that spot. It kind of slides back into it. Anyways, eventually we kind of got around that, and the whole back slid right, and the front went to the left. So now we're lined up with the trail right here, but we're just stuck on. I think it was my I want to say with my front.
So you're gonna
no,
want to have your
front. I
right
think it was my rear
tire
diff that
on
was
this
stuck on that rock.
rock, not on the peak of it, but like mid level, and then we'll make a right around
this is
it.
this is an easy section that he's talking about right
settle
here.
these two. It's just
Anyways, you had to winch
right.
off of that and got my rear diff over it, and once you did that, it was smooth breeze for
Definitely
me.
get this right tire
Wasn't
about
bad at all.
halfway up on this rock.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, looks good.
Throughout this
good.
spot, I didn't really need a spotter. This is a
And then once
pretty
you're over it, you're kind of making a
easy
left
spot.
and then a right.
Wasn't terrible. We were just kind of S-ed around stuff. A lot of the spots on this trail is more of, at least for my vehicle, for my XJ, it was sort of pull it left, get it as far left as you could or right, either way, and you zigzag through stuff. Now, through stuff doesn't mean through rocks and trying to squish between them. Through stuff just means trying to. It was like multiple lines to go on, but once you got through one section, the next line was all the way to the right.
I think when my tires
So
are
it's
too
so
low,
weird.
I'm flipping air out of it.
I thought I was flipping out of it. It wasn't. It was just like it set on the screen.
Is my
The
tire
rubber
too
sliding
low?
on
Is
that
why
kind of
it's
rock
flipping
and
air?
made that
Just 'cause I'm
sound.
going sideways. And what's that sound?
Really scared me
It's
here
the tire
too.
sliding off the
Oh,
rock.
it's not air? Oh, it sounds like air. Okay.
It's rubber
need
scraping against rock.
Got it.
I believe that comes up one more time later in the video, and I hear that sound quite a bit, and it scares me again because it sounds a lot like
Okay.
air for some reason. But just that rubber sliding down the rock a little bit's
Mine
making
has
that
like some
sound.
defying
So it's
gravity
not
of
bad.
blockers. Like it doesn't have blockers, but it acts like it does sometimes.
Nice.
It's weird. The longest time I thought
I
I
want
had
to explain
a
that part a little bit.
limited slip in the rear. And
Well,
that's
once I'm done
Left,
talking
and
in the
then
video.
Come in that way. Like, get out there and come in.
So my Jeep seems to like to climb up stuff because this is all open diffs. Or for me, everyone else is good to go, but for me this is all open. This is interesting. And there's no limited slip, nothing. Yet somehow these tires they just walk up some stuff that shouldn't, and other times it's like they act like normal tires. So it kind of, I don't know if it's, there's something, they got the compound right. These are KN3s, like I think I explained later, towards the end of the video when I do sort of a walkover, explained it. It wasn't bad, but the tires easily performed great. It was amazing what they gripped on. Even the next day, it was amazing. We had snow the second day, or coming back the second day, so they did great. There's also music in the background, so kind of have to blur that out because I forgot that we had the radio on when we recorded it, and it's not royalty-free music. That's just straight up music, not supposed to play. Technically, it is royalty-free music because it's one of those things that apparently they change the sound in a few spots and allows you to not have to worry about royalties. But the parts in this video don't seem to have any of that part, so I don't want to take a chance of that because it's something super hard to catch, and YouTube, I'm scared, is just going to copyright it. I'm not going to worry about it.
What?
Talking over it or playing the music in the background, fix it. see some trail damage really quick. And I wouldn't really call it trail damage, more just skid plates and rock sliders and stuff doing their job. So I figured I'd do a quick overview since a lot of the footage in the actual trail was more kind of just basic stuff and windshield cam views. I didn't want to make people get out and film when it was freezing outside and stuff and with the wind chill and everything. So didn't really get a lot on the trail, unfortunately. Not like I was hoping, at least. So I figured I'd at least add this in and go over kind of what the damage was on the first trail that this Jeep's done. That's an actual trail. So here we go. So right here, we're going to go, I guess start from the front. So in the front, I just beat the crap out of my license plate right there. It looks better than it did on the trail now, but it was all tacoed up and everything. Other than that, there is no damage that I know of that actually scratched. I might have hit right here, but I think that was not actually on the trail. And that, I don't think it was on the trail. I think that was out at OHV Park. So I'm not really sure on that part. If we go around the front, you can probably hear a buzzing in the background too. The only way to get the lights on up here. Those ones make noise for some reason, so hopefully you can't hear that, but you might. Anyways, this actually looks better on the camera than I can see with my own eyes. So right down here you can see these new control arm skid plates, which we just installed before we put on. And as you can see a little bit, that one didn't really get hit. Kind of got scuffed right here on the bottom side a little bit, but not bad. If we go over to the other one though, you can see we did get some use out of it and it's holding up great. These are not Curry, these are Synergy skid plates. Are basically a piece of metal. It gets welded onto there. The diff cover right here did great, holding up really well. No noticeable problems or anything. Nothing's leaking, which is great. Other than that, I did bend a tie rod somehow, but I bent it upwards, so soon next week, or probably I already have it by the time you see this video, but we are getting a new Curry steering, and then we'll get a brace later on, but for now, just steering. It's all beefed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to this side now. Yeah, black rims are gonna show up all the marks, but here you can see we just pretty much scratched a lot of the outer rim, which really isn't terrible when I show you my dad's Jeep here in a minute, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's pretty good. Doing great. Still dirt on it from being on the trail, even though I got it washed. It still ended up having dirt on it. Not really sure what happened. So I ran over something coming in the driveway. We have a rock driveway, so who knows. Something I will have to smash in is this thing. I didn't even just notice that right now. It's not really in the way. It just looks really bad and sharp right here. So I'll have to fix that. Other than that, everything else did great. The 4.5 inch, the Rubicon Express Super Flex did amazing. Flexed like crazy. Apparently I got my front left wheel driver wheel up in the air about 4 feet on the first section of the trail, because first section has this little bad spot, which I think I have a part of in the video. We'll see when I go to edit this. But it won't be a me, it's a different Cherokee, I think, in the video. These are JCR off-road rock sliders on both sides, and these definitely got their use out of it. And I put grip tape on top. That's just there. It doesn't actually, it's supposed to be on there. This whole side got scratched, but it's not grooved in. It more just scuffed the paint off. These right here are more of a groove. I'm going to do a quick overview of my dad's Jeep, which actually is taking the body lift out of it this weekend, I believe. And he's taking the body lift out, which raised it 2 inches, so now it's going to go down 2 inches. So not really a big deal, but that's what he's doing. It's going to kind of lower the CG a little bit better. So this is, I can't remember the year of it, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to let him explain that if you guys have any questions. Coilovers in the front, leafs in the rear still, so it's great. You can kind of hold, this is the brake line right here in case you guys are wondering. That's just sort of holding that up so it doesn't get smashed in between stuff or anything. Makes it really nice. MTRs on here, which I'm not sure where he's going to next. It looks like we might be going to Patagonia's on this Jeep, I don't know yet. 35s. Still dirty from the trail. I got a car wash on mine, he hasn't gotten his, and the dirt's still there, so that's great. This long arm kit, and I think there's something on here that's custom. I can't fully remember. It has to take like a special wrench thing that they custom made and like loosen something up. Can't fully remember. Have to have him explain that in limiter straps here. I'm trying to think of everything to go over and kind of see it here. And that skid plate, this thing's been on so many trails over the past 20-something years now. But you can kind of get a quick overview of how everything's done. I think there's an Atlas transfer case in here too. 44 in the rear and 35 or something in the front. I can't remember what's in the front. think the front's still stock or something. With ARB lockers. I think ARB's in front, and I think ARB's front and the back is Detroit, I believe, if I'm saying that right. Hopefully that's right. And that did great. We had to put the top on again because of the snow. I'll go ahead and get inside. He's going to do the same windshield banner too, everyone in the club is. But for now, he doesn't have his on just yet, since it just came in. We're going to be repainting fenders and rock sliders soon, at some point. Probably this weekend too. Jeep's pretty much unloaded, even though he put some of the tent stuff back in here because he's got to take it back to the shop. But that's kind of how that works. I want to show you something, but I can't now. There's cooler. This thing right here, you guys, can you see it through the window? No. Okay, well, I'm going to have to show you that at some point on next trail. It's a custom-made bracket that literally should be trademarked, and it goes down the back side of the roll cage, and it has shocks for like holding up your hood on your engine when you have shocks to hold it up, or you have ones like mine holds up my tailgate. You put those on the back, bracing it up. So he pulls it down, puts pins in both sides to hold it down, puts gear on top of it too, and normally the top's off. So the gear's on top of that, mounted on and strapped on. And then whenever he needs under the stuff under it, like to get this gear out, he just takes the pins out and the whole thing shocks up and goes flat with body, so it's like this now instead of like this. So it goes flat out, and then you can get up under everything. And when he's done, we push it back down and then lock the pins in on both sides. And it works out great. It's amazing that it's not already created for all JKs, CJs, YJs, even the new JLs now. Like, no company has just thought about doing this for some reason. And we're saying you should patent it or something. But you can see here's the pins at the top, basically the same ones, those things at the bottom, and you pull those out. That's how he locks it in and out. So here's a quick, just sort of the dash. Nothing too fancy, but you can kind of just see it there. There's the easy button, and you get over stuff. So yeah, I think that was a very basic overview because I don't know enough about his Jeep just yet. Get that shut. There we go. I'm gonna go around to the front, anti-rock Curry sway bars. This side mounts his high lift. I need one of these things if it does start rattling. He does the same thing with wing nuts. Hold it on, it looks like. I don't think he has any way of locking it or whatever, but oh well. Everything else pretty much looks just like that. I'm trying to get a good view of it. The 35s on here and stuff. I think, yeah, so that's a braced steering already and beefed up. And he's also gone to high steering because of how high he is. So he flipped it. Now he's at a high steer. It's looking pretty good. Got it out of the way. I think that's it in the front. This is pretty cool. They did this on the track bar. I don't think that's stock at all. Last year though, he did break, his whole frame just broke, and they re-welded it together and got him off the trail. And I can't even see, they did such a good job. There we go. It's up here. They re-braced it, put metal pieces in, welded it, filled it all in, and now, I can't get in here. Now, the frame's all back together and it's stronger than ever. Kind of see it there. It's kind of dirty, but there we go. I think that's about it down the side of the Jeep. Everything else is about what you can see. Camo paint job was by a guy that needed help on something, and they volunteered to do this in return, so that was great. There we go. I think that's about all I can say about it until you guys ask questions and then I get answers. You made that look pretty easy.